Welcome to another Cooking on the Block, and I'm Chef Ellie Espo. It's a gorgeous day out there, and it's the Saturday before Easter, and of course I was commissioned to bring the dessert to my Easter dinner tomorrow. So I decided I'm going to do something real light and spring-like. So I want to make a fresh fruit tart. And a fresh fruit tart, you know, is that tart shell with the custard, and you can put fresh berries on the top. Really nice. This is very easy. We're going to make the custard from scratch. And I also have a beautiful tart shell, which I made already, and it's a pâte sucrée. That's the name of the pastry. It's a French term, and all it is a sweet, buttery dough. Okay, and I'll give you that recipe on the website. It's real easy. It's your typical dough that you work with your fingers in, and you add egg yolks to enrich it, so it stands up to a wet filling like a custard. Okay, now this custard is delicious. It has vanilla, it has milk and egg yolks. Okay, so there's a little bit of a technique that you need to learn, which I'm going to show you, and I'm sure you've made puddings before, but this is the real deal. It's from scratch, and it's the way to go. Okay, so what I have on the stove, we need 6 cups of milk all total. Okay, I have 3 in my pot over here with the milk warming up, and in my pot on this side I have the other 3 cups of milk. What I'm going to add to it now is 1 cup of sugar, 3/4 cups of flour. That's going to tighten our custard and make it nice and thick. So we want to whisk this and get all the lumps out. Okay, and we have this on low heat. Okay, and once our other milk on the other side gets nice and hot, we're going to add it to this in just a minute. Okay, now I got all the lumps out. Oh, my milk is nice and warm, and we're going to add it all at once. Okay, and we're going to whisk until this gets nice and thick, and it should come to a boil. So, because you want that flour to thicken up on you. Okay, so this is going to take a few minutes, and when we come back, we're going to enrich it with some egg yolks and some really good vanilla. Okay, now our milk and with our flour and sugar got nice and thick. Okay, you can see it. Okay, nice and velvety. It's going to coat the back of your ladle just like that. See how nice it clings to it? Okay, now we're going to temper our yolks. Now, I want to add my vanilla into my yolks now, okay? It's better to add your vanilla towards the end of the cooking time because you don't want it to lose most of the flavor. Okay, now I'm going to ladle some of my hot milk mixture. Okay, and we're going to whisk. Now there's 6 egg yolks in there. Okay, and we're going to whisk it real well. And we're tempering now, okay? Now we're going to add it back into our milk, flour, and sugar mixer. It's getting nice and creamy and yellow, just like pudding. Okay, now we whisked it really well, and it's getting nice and thick. Okay, let that cook, whisking the whole time so it doesn't stick and burn on the bottom. Okay, now we're going to add 2 tablespoons of sweet butter. Okay, and I want you to get a good picture of this because our custard came to a boil, and that's what your custard should look like. Now we're going to whisk in the butter. Okay, and now we can ladle our custard into our tart shell. Okay, so we'll come to the table here. Okay, give it another good whisk. No lumps, that's what we want. Okay. Now Now, we have more than enough custard to make maybe 2 of these. I made extra because I need to make some more desserts for my Easter dinner tomorrow. But for the show, I'll show you just how it should look. Okay? Now we're going to set that up in the fridge, and in about a half an hour or so we'll be able to put our delicious, beautiful fruit on it. But right now, I'm going to add some custard to some chocolate. Okay, because now we're making chocolate pudding. Aunt has a little treat for tomorrow. Okay, now all we have to do is stir this around. And see, the custard's nice and hot, and it just melts the chips very easily. Now see how many desserts you have? Now see, you could make a chocolate tart too. Put strawberries or raspberries on it. Alright, so I'm going to finish stirring this, and we're going to pour it into our dishes. Just get it good and incorporated. Look at that, huh? That is chocolate pudding, my friends. Look at that. Top that off with some nice whipped cream. Couldn't be better. Hey, this is better than that box stuff, right? That instant stuff. Come on. The flavors are delicious. And wasn't that hard, was it? Okay. When we come back, we'll put the fruit on and it'll be delicious. Okay, I let our custard set up in our tart shell, and it's set really nicely, and as you can see here, I sliced some beautiful red strawberries, and then sliced some kiwi, and now I have some other great berries I want to put on it, and we're going to do some blackberries in the middle. Feel free to use like fresh mango or papaya. I do that a lot. It looks really pretty. Okay, then we have some beautiful raspberries. This is Screamin' Spring. Look how beautiful, huh? Then we place a few blueberries around. Okay, now what you want to do to keep the color of your fruit nice and intense, I have some melted jam, apricot jam, and you're just going to brush it. And I strained it. And I add a little bit of water just so it's nice and thin, because you don't want it real goopy. Okay, and this will set up real nice and preserve the, the intenseness of the color of your fruit. All right? Look how beautiful that looks. Look at that, huh? Get a good picture of that, Anthony. Okay, my friends, that was another Cooking on the Block, and I'm Chef Ellie Espo. Buona Pasqua.